Welcome back to the Bill and Bill Show. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. This is Political Hot Seat. You can call us at 727-8750 and ask any of the bills any questions that you want to, or you can email me, Deanna at kpvm.tv. I want to put something out there, though, that I forgot to say. Get well soon to Fire Chief Scott Lewis. I spoke to him today. He's so sick right now. He keeps getting the flu over and over again. I offered to call him an ambulance or get his wife to helicopter him out, but he refused. And we were going to throw him in the back of the car and just take him to the hospital.
I bet you the hospital.
We hope he gets well soon. And we were speaking to our town board member here, Bill Dolan, who is running for Nye County Commissioner in District 5, which is the south end of town, a little bit about hiring local and some incentives to companies here locally and all that Shop Local campaign. And let's talk a little bit more about that.
Well, Deanna, as we talked off air, I'm a very big proponent of the Shop Local. Mm-hmm. The more we can keep here, the more we can bring here, that's somebody creating another or maybe an extra job here in town. As the raceway expands, front sight's expanding, these are all jobs that are going to be coming, hopefully local, and people that will stay here afterwards. We've got the movie theater coming out at the raceway. We've got some new stores coming out in that area. They're planning a hotel in that area, mm-hmm. Which is on the outside of the raceway, which will make it all public. So we'll all be able to partake of all the nice items they're bringing in.
Because they kind of want like a big entrance to Pahrump there. That's what that area is going to be, more or less. And there's a lot of other businesses on the horizon that I know we were trying to weasel out of you, but we'll find in due time.
I appreciate that, and we do. We have 3 gateways to Pahrump. We have mm-hmm. the south end coming from Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. We have the north end that comes in out of Indian Springs and the Beatty area and Amargosa. And we have the 372 coming in from California. Those are all very important. They give people the first impression of Pahrump as they come in, that we're not just this sleepy little rural town, that we're a active 3,000 or 26,000. I do know that the springs coming out of the mountain and the artesian wells are running at a great rate right now. So that's all positive. And I've said this before. Back when this community didn't have very many people, but we grew cotton and alfalfa. And people go, they'll look at me and they'll go, really? We used more water back then than we're using right now.
It's true. It's true. Bill?
Well, I'll agree with that 100% because I was involved in some water issues some time back, and mm-hmm. I will once again repeat this. I live in District 5. I got more than one well in the area. I have my wells measured occasionally, like approximately every 5 years. And when I had my well dug 20 years ago, they hit water at 54 feet. Mm-hmm. When I had another well dug 2 weeks ago, they hit water at 56 feet. And then now I'm at 52 feet. And so on another one. So we cannot predict the flow of water underground. I mean, it will shift. Your well may go down 10 feet this year, but it may go up 15 feet next year. The shift of the water, the aquifer, and that we cannot predict where it's coming from. And that's why I think a lot of this, the end of the world's coming type attitude, that the water's going to be gone. I really don't believe that at this time, because the cotton fields, mm-hmm. the alfalfa fields, they used much more water because they had those water rights to where no matter if they were using it for anything productive or not, they had to turn it on and waste it.
Correct.
To keep their water rights. And
I don't agree with that.
I don't either. I think it's really kind of tell me that we're going to run out of water, but I got to turn it on and run it all day and night tomorrow because otherwise they'll take it from me.
Correct. And that we shouldn't be doing that. We should, if somebody has water rights, they have water rights. There's you're absolutely correct with the water. It's a guess. Even Jason King from the state has said, what water is under us is our best guess of where we're at.
I'm constantly worried about my well and constantly worried about the water because you hear so much about it, and I won't blame anybody for worrying about it. Sometimes you hear that everything's okay, and then sometimes you hear that it's not, but I can serve as much as I can. We have a caller on the line, Phyllis, and she wants to speak about the fifth way into town, which is Valley Vista. Oh, she's not on the phone. She just wanted to let us know that.
You're absolutely
Vista?
correct. I think she's referring to Bell Vista, which goes out to Death Valley. Oh. And yes, that is a smaller, so to speak, gateway. The three major gateways I mentioned are, of course, on major state highways, 372 and 160.
Yeah, and they call Bell Vista a highway. I know that, but yeah, it definitely goes through town. It says fifth way. Is there another way? Or are we talking about coming over Mount Charleston?
Good four-wheeler can make it over Mount Charleston.
Exactly. There you go. Bill, you got anything?
No. Well, the three basic ways coming in. The only thing I could suggest, okay, everybody get ready to hate me. We put a toll gate on 372, so those people coming into California have to pay to get here.
That's not good. There's a lot of people that drive over to Shoshone and back who actually work over there. And
they get their lottery tickets.
People who live right over there in that valley, in Stewart Valley. But yeah, you know, a lot of people that live here, they come from California. They have visitors from California. And I know you don't like that whole California plate thing and everything. You were talking about it before in the past. But I've had my relatives been pulled over who have California plates.
Oh, yeah, well, I got lots of relatives in California. As far as I'm concerned, if they don't have a visa, they can't come over here.
There you go. All right, Bill, let's talk about you, your lovely wife, your background, and how's everything going?
It's going very well. First and upmost, my wife, Marilyn. A lot of people know her as Marilyn Maddox. She is now Marilyn Dolan. We've been married just over 2 years. My background, grew up in Buffalo, New York, went in the military as a military policeman for 10 years, got out, take care of a family member who had cancer. When that family member passed away, I just didn't want to deal with that white stuff that falls in the east, and packed up the family, and we moved in 1984 to Las Vegas, Nevada. I have been a resident of Nevada for 30 years. I have been a resident of Pahrump for 10 years. As you stated before, besides being the candidate for one of the candidates for District 5, I am the vice chairman of your Pahrump Town Board. I am the third vice president of the Nevada League of Cities. I sit on the governor's Green Zone Task Force for veterans. I am a planning commissioner, the liaison from the town board to the planning commission. I could go on and on. I have a vast network of contacts that stretch from here to the East Coast.
I heard your resume read at the Miss Senior Nye County pageant, and it was huge, long resume, a lot of accomplishments. And
I didn't expect
a lot of them I didn't even know about, actually.
I didn't expect them to read all that. They just said they wanted it for their booklet. And my wife and I worked on that for a couple of days and sent it over and I told them, I said, cut it if you need to. It's okay. Mm-hmm. And then they sat there and read everything, and I was like, wow, okay.
There you go. So kids?
We have a multitude of children between us. What we're most proud of is the 4 great-grandchildren that we have. We have one in Oregon, one in Utah, one in... Oh.
You're in trouble.
I just drew a blank. And we have one in Germany.
There you go. And so jobs that you've done, of course, I know, but I want you to explain what you have done for careers in your past.
Well, besides military police, when I got out, I went to work for the Federal Protective Service in Buffalo, New York. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, they did a big rift across the country, and I took the buyout from that. Came to Nevada, got a little bored, so I went back to school. Next thing I knew, I was a registered nurse. After being a registered nurse 1 year, I went to the Department of Surgery and spent the next 23 years in the Department of Surgery, becoming a certified cardiovascular thoracic open heart nurse, and retiring as the Director of Surgical Services out of San Martin Hospital.
Okay. It's a mouthful, isn't it? You can give us a call here at 727-8750 to ask Bill or Bill some more questions. I'm going to turn it over to one of those Bills.
Well, I'll take it from here. Don't ask me any questions. You probably wouldn't like what you hear. So we will keep to the candidate here. And is this kind of a new experience for you running for a position like county commissioner or something? I know you ran for town board, but
Right.
town board is basically a non-paying position, but running for county commissioner, people are going to expect a lot more out of you.
Yes, they will, and they should. Yes, I have ran for the town board. I was my first 2.5 years that I was on the town board. I was appointed by Governor Gibbons. Then I did not win re-election due to the fact that I feel was because I had cancer for the 4th time, and I just wasn't able to go out and do what I needed to do. Now I ran for the town board again and was elected to a 4-year term, which will be cut short now with the Supreme Court decision. One of the biggest things, you said it's a paying position over at the county. I receive, because I worked at UMC for 10 years in surgery, I'm a PERS recipient of a very small retirement check, nothing like some of these guys receive. If I am blessed to go on to the county commission, basically I'll be making half of what I was making, because it's mandated that my PERS goes into hiatus while I draw the county commission check. So you can't draw two, so half of it just basically goes away.
Well, then that means you're doing it for the people of Nye County.
Absolutely.
And you are a county commissioner, not a district, just a District 5 commissioner, county commissioner.
We are voted in by district. We represent the entire county. This last week we were up in Ely for the Nevada Rural Roundup, and unfortunately got a touch of food poisoning while I was there, and drove all the way back, attending meetings along the way through northern Nevada and Tonopah and Beatty till I got home.
All right, well, we need to go to this message. We will be right back after this message.